Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome. There we go. You know what to do. Stamp your location today on the map. Where are you tuning in from? We've got a lot of Europe. It's very crowded in there. There we go. Wow, Sally, where are you tuning in from? The outskirts, the very super remote part of the world. Awesome. All right. So for those of you tuning in for the first session, my name is Anna Maria. You are at Collab Fest. It is a celebration, a two-day celebration of collaboration in distributed worlds. The music you're hearing, you have full control of that volume, so you can pump it up or down and the slider on your slide. And basically what we are doing is we have brought a handful of experts, the Bot Experts Collective. They are working with the biggest companies in the world to help them solve very complex issues. And today and tomorrow, they're actually bringing all their tools, methods, tips, tricks to the Bot community and to us all. If you are hearing something very interesting that's been shared, if you've snapped a really cool screenshot, feel free to share it on LinkedIn and on Twitter for a chance to win one of the 20 free live stream tickets that we have. We are giving away together with Design Matters. Design Matters is a two-day conference for designers, and they are also bringing together designers from top companies to share their best practices. So it's really one that you don't want to miss. If you do share your takeaways today, make sure that you're using the Collab Fest 2022 hashtag and you're tagging Butter so we can find you. We'll pull the 20 names out of a hat and we'll let you know. Now the session is being recorded before we move on, and I'm also very keen to see who here is in Butter for the very first time in the session right now. So all you have to do is click on the option and submit your answer. And if you're joining us for all the sessions these days, you're going to see this a lot. But I'm very curious always to see who's meeting us right now for the very first time. Yes, and we have Sally and we've got Alan and so on. Welcome to Butter. So I see that my time's almost up. So let me kill this music and introduce our host today. Hello, Markus. Wiggle a finger.
Hi, Anna Maria. Hi.
Hello. I am so excited that you accepted my invitation to host the session. We're talking about better brainstorming. Brainstormings are good. I love them. They're my favorite way to come up with ideas. And we already had a couple of interesting conversations in chat in previous session in Jacob's keynote. So I'm very curious to see what you brought for us today. And Markus is the co-founder and managing director of the award-winning consultancy agency called neueBeratung. That's in German. Yeah. He has been working as management consultant for the past 20 years with a focus on innovation and transformation of business models. He is also an editor and author of the German design thinking standard work, Where's the Problem? That's the name. That's how it's called. He's a podcaster on new work-related topics and also guest author of various publications on agile management methods. Did I say it all correctly? Is this encompassing all of the awesome things you're doing, Markus?
Yes, and a Butter user from day one.
There we go. Okay, awesome. Butter user for them. Thank you so much. The stage is yours. Take us away and let's go through this awesome workshops and see what you've prepared for us.
Thanks a lot, Anna Maria. Thanks a lot, Butter team. It's really an honor to be the first expert right after Jacob to do this first workshop. And I'm really looking forward to this session because it's a workshop, I'm not holding a speech. I'm just doing a few remarks, a few parts of theory on brainstormings, and then we are just jumping in our common workshop. And I see that we have nearly 50 people in here, and I hope that you all of you want to work with us together on brainstormings. But as I said, I'm going to start with a little theory. So I hope this PDF's opening for you now. And you see the first chart. So just a reminder, I'm pretty sure that all of you knows the rules for participants of a brainstorming session. First is respect. So don't interrupt other people when they are presenting their ideas. Don't judge. Every idea has the same level, and we don't need a judgment because we want to have an open session, an open-minded session, and not kill creativity through judgments. And the best rule is there is no bad idea. There are only good ideas, because I didn't really have it in my career that the $1 million idea was created in a brainstorming. This is a process. You have an idea, and then you have several meetings, you have several brainstormings, you do concepts, and you fail, and you start again. So you won't have a $1 million or $1 billion idea in a brainstorming. That's nonsense. But you have the starting point of all of this. So this is why no idea is bad, and we need all of those ideas. I'm going to show you later this in depth. A few tips also for facilitators, for moderators of brainstorming sessions. Diverse teams kick ass. I think that every one of you knows that we need a good shaped team. We need diverse teams to have a lot of ideas from different angles and from different minds. And that's because we need to mix up the team and not have same-minded teams in brainstormings. Set a clear topic or question is the next point. I'm going to show you this in an example, because I made three examples for possible brainstorming questions and topics. So the first would be, what would be great in a video conferencing tool? So you see, this is a really open question. The answer could be a coffee, because that would be great. Right now I have a coffee, but this could be a possible answer. And if you look at the next question, which experience would be great in a video conferencing tool? You see that this is more specific. And which experience, like user experience, could be, I like the color green. This could be a possible answer, possible idea. And if you see the next question, which feature would be great in a video conferencing tool? So you see that this is more specific than the other two. And this is the question really right after features. So a feature could be, I don't know, these smooth reactions or a chat or something else. So as a moderator, as a facilitator, you really have to think what you want to achieve beforehand, and you have to design a question that really fits to this achievement that you want to have. Because when you want to have features and you ask the first question, you get answers and ideas that are not features but other things. So maybe you have to be more specific. And I don't know, if this starts your journey, you more likely want to have a more open question like the first one. Another point is creativity through methodology, and that is what I want to do with you today. What a title for a slide, I know. And what you see here is what I want to do with you today. We want to elevate creativity in time. In this brainstorming session, we want to put step on step on step, and to be at the end more creative than at the beginning. So what I always do is start with an icebreaker. You know all this, you come from other meetings, you have a Zoom meeting on Zoom meeting on Zoom meeting, and then you step in a brainstorming session. you didn't have time to go to the toilet, and then the moderator wants you to be creative. Of course, first you have to bring the participants into a mood that supports creativity. And right after this, I always start with a classical brainstorming. So we're going to do this today also like this. And there's one simple reason, because for every question, every one of us has a solution in our minds. And this needs to go out. And the classic brainstorming is the channel to bring this out, so that your mind is free and open for more creative ideas. Because this is the thing, I have the answer and I have to write it down. And when it's written down, you can focus on other things. And that's why I do this classical method always at the beginning. And then we are doing an advanced method to bring you more into a mood, and at the end, a fun method. And I see that I'm running out of time, so I'm going to just tell you once more. This is what normally happens when you brainstorm. Maybe you do an icebreaker, then you do a classical brainstorm, and then you cluster, and that kills creativity. So if you want to have the starting point for $1 million idea, you have to go further, like I showed you in the slide before, and not stop at this point. And don't cluster in between brainstorming sessions, because clustering means bringing together, making smaller, not open up, making tighter. And after this, you can be with the same group, be creative again. Okay, so I talked more than, in fact, I took the 2 minutes that Jacob left me to bring my speech. And yeah, let's do this. I hope that a few of you know Miro as a tool for online workshops. And I open it up and I hope that you are coming to me, and I'm going where I want to go. Let me just scroll there. Okay. I see 45 people on the board. That's good. That's a good start. And I'm really looking forward to this. So I'm going to do this with you on a really simple level, so that you all can follow me. And maybe if you are so familiar with Miro, don't fear it. We're going to do a smooth start, and it will be all good. So just a few rules again from me, which I always tell the people in the online sessions. Please mute yourself when you're not talking, and please, on the opposite, put your cam on, because it's really nicer for the moderators and for the other people in the round if they don't see avatars but living people, because that's sync communication, isn't it? And in brainstorming sessions, that's crucial. Quantity goes before quality. Don't think too much. Just write down what is in your stomach and let it, and we're working on it later. If you lose me as a moderator, if you lose my site on the board, you can just put on my avatar in the right top corner, and then you are going to follow me again. Because when you move yourself, and soon you have to move yourself, you unfollow me. Okay, so the promised icebreaker is one of my favorite. And because we are 50 people now, I'm going to split you up in 3 groups. And it's very simple. We're doing this after I explained the icebreaker. It's just your date when you were born. So I was born on the 29th, and so that means I'm in Team Purple. And in this box, Team Purple, you find a little blue arrow, and just click on it, and then you are where you should belong, in Team Purple. I'm going to bring you again to me, and this icebreaker is a monster building icebreaker. So together at this group, without speaking to each other, your duty is to build an icebreaker and a monster. So you can put parts together like I do and build a beautiful monster together as a group. And I give you, after I started, 3 minutes to do this, and then we are going awarding the best. Don't start yet. Don't start yet. I didn't push the button. Okay. I'm going a bit slow today. I hope not for you. Okay. Sophia has a question.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I didn't understand. So we have to use these stickers to create an icebreaker now.
No, a monster. Sorry, that that was my fault. No, don't have to build an icebreaker. These are parts, and you can build a monster out of it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So right now, I'd like you to click on your birthday and assign yourself to the group that you belong.
Is this a year or a month? Yes.
No, that's the date. So I was
like, I'm too old for this, so I was like,
yeah.
But, no.
Yes, I see a few. Just decide when were you born and then click on the. Yeah, okay. And I give you 3 minutes. And Anna Maria brings us with music.
Into the late, I've been singing to the daylight. Just swing the rebolado. Don't know how, but I try to. Seu jeitinho, your carinho, something that I'd fly to. Quer saber de onde sou? Brasileira, meu amor, Brasil. Quer saber de onde sou? Brasileira, meu amor, Brasil. A tambourine in the rhythm of samba. Oh, in the heat of December, oh, Brazil is where I go. I think I've got a case of Brazilian soul. I'll always remember. Oh, in the heat of December, when we let our hearts grow close. Drinking coffee with a capoeira. From New York to Pará, Atlanta to Paraná, São Paulo, Tocantins, Miami and the in-between. Quer saber de onde sou? Brasileira, meu amor, Brasil. Quer saber de onde sou? Brasileira, meu amor, Brasil. A tambourine in the rhythm of samba. Oh, in the heat of December, oh, Brazil is where I go. I think I've got a case of Brazilian soul. I'll always remember. Oh, in the heat of December, when we let our hearts grow close. A tambourine in the rhythm of samba. Oh, in the heat of December, oh, Brazil is where I go. I think I've got a case of Brazilian soul.
And last seconds to go. Time's up. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to show you something. I hope I saw that most of you already know, but for those who don't, the reactions are on the left-hand side, and I really want you to react as a group on the monsters that we are seeing here. So let's take Team Purple first. That's a really wild one. But why not? Yes, that's a monster. Not bad. Okay.
Bingo.
Okay. I see a lot of reactions. With hearts, why not? Why not hug a monster? And then Team Yellow, one more expressionistic one with a lot of ice.
Smooth like butter.
And Team Green. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I think you all did a good job, but I think the reaction was the most reaction I saw at the purple one. So I think this was the best job. I love all of them. And I hope that you are in the mood now for a good brainstorming and showing you what we are going to do right now. As I said, we are going to start with a classical brainstorm. And I bring you here, and you see this is way too large, this working field, but you can zoom in and just go to one of those blocks of preparated stickies. And we have 5 minutes to answer the question, and I'm going with the middle one that I just showed you. So which experience would be great in a video conferencing tool? Today, we're all going to help Butter to get better and better and better and deliver them ideas, millions of ideas. And this is the task. Just please now look where you want to go, where you want to work. As I said, there are prepared stickies. You can just zoom in so that the stickies will be bigger. Please don't make the stickies bigger, because then you will be on someone else's working space with your giant sticky. Just zoom in and then type your ideas. And as I said, we have 5 minutes for this. Are there any questions? It's a classic brainstorm, just brainwriting to be defined.
Sorry, but I'm not able to understand what are we supposed to do with this. Do we are we required to write the text?
Yes, we're just really delivering ideas. What would be a great experience in a video conferencing tool, out of your mind, out of your experiences from work, from, I don't know, from private life.
Okay.
Remember, there are no bad ideas. Just write what you have in your mind or in your stomach.
And we have to write it in the comment section, or?
No, I hope that you are seeing the this big screen with a boy that is pointing ahead. And if you zoom in, you see that those blocks are sticky notes just prepared for you.
Okay.
And everyone can just put, just go to one. So unfollow me, please, move the board. I'm going to zoom in, so you can now maybe go to one angle of the field and just write your ideas in the stickies. You just have to double click on the sticky, and then it opens. You can type in your idea, okay? 5 minutes to go.
2, 3, e... Parei de reclamar, a vida vai passar, não vou ficar mais nessa. Olha pro lado e vê quem anda com você, cê tem que abraçar. Preste bem atenção, coisas do coração são como essa ladeira. Pra conseguir subir tem que ser leve sim, o amor te estende a mão. Você não anda bem, precisa relaxar, precisa de uma praia, um pôr do sol na praia, um pôr do sol à beira-mar. Você não anda bem, precisa relaxar, precisa de uma praia, um pôr do sol na praia, um pôr do sol à beira-mar.
gente boa. Gente que nem pensei, que me queria bem, veio me levantar. Palavras vêm e vão, meu bem, preste atenção, não diga coisa à toa. Palavras vão voltar e podem se vingar da sua ingratidão.
Você não anda bem, precisa relaxar, precisa de uma praia. Um pôr do sol na praia, um pôr do sol à beira-mar. Você não anda bem, precisa relaxar, precisa de uma praia. Um pôr do sol na praia, um pôr do sol à beira-mar.
Two minutes to go.
Foi sem querer, eu levantei o olhar e você tava aí, tipo alucinação, não tem pra onde fugir. Me diz como é que pode acaso agir assim. Eu tava tão acostumada a não te ter aqui, eu nem senti a sua falta, olha, eu sobrevivi. Me diz como é que pode eu me sentir assim. É que cê tá tão bonito, é que cê tá diferente. Mesmo que a gente se engane, amanhã a gente ainda vai ser a gente. É que cê tá tão bonito, é que cê tá diferente. Mesmo que a gente se engane, amanhã a gente ainda vai ser a gente. Mesmo que a gente se engane, amanhã a gente ainda vai ser a gente. Ainda vai ser, ainda vai ser, ainda vai ser a gente. Foi sem querer, eu levantei o olhar e você tava aí, tipo alucinação, não tem pra onde fugir. Me diz como é que pode acaso agir assim. Eu tava tão acostumada a não te ter aqui, eu nem senti a sua falta, olha, eu sobrevivi. Me diz como é que pode eu me sentir assim. É que cê tá tão bonito, é que cê tá diferente.
Okay, please write your last
Mesmo que a
sticky.
gente se engane, amanhã a gente ainda vai ser a gente. É que cê tá tão bonito, é que cê tá diferente.
Thumbs up. Thank you. Please stay where you are. We're just going to do the next round of brainstorming. The question stays the same. So which experience would be great in a video conferencing tool? But I'm going to give you some impulses. This methodology is called triggered brainstorming. I'm going to give you some situations, some food for thoughts, and you just let it go your brain and think what it makes with you, and then write your new ideas. Okay, so we don't have to answer these concrete situations, but just let it go through your minds and then create new ideas and write it down. This session is 4 minutes, and I'm going to give you an impulse every 20 seconds. So I saw that a few people are still following me and not writing the stickies. Of course, it's totally okay if you just want to follow this session as a viewer and lurk, that's okay. But yeah. But if you want to contribute, just go to a free space and add your comments. You can always step in the brainstorming if you're if you're coming later at the beginning. The task is simple. You just do the same that you are supposed to do right now. This is a brainstorming, and you answer the same question: which experience would be great in a video conferencing tool? The only thing that is different that I'm going to give you some trigger points. I'm going to set you into new situations, and this will make you think in new directions. That's all. I think we just do it right now. Okay, perfect, Lars. We just do it right now and you will see the effect. Okay, 4 minutes. I hope you are where you're supposed to be. And right now, maybe we do this without music, Anna Maria, because of the influences. So the first situation is Elon Musk wants to use this conferencing tool. Imagine you can use this tool only once in your life. Imagine only children are using this conferencing tool. Imagine you just pay for the tool what you want. Imagine not humans, but bots are using this tool. Imagine there are no physical meetings anymore. Imagine the NASA use it is for the next moon landing. Imagine only women can use it. Imagine only men can use it. Five seconds to go. Okay. I think that was good. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your contributions. We're going to do just the next because this is today the session is a bit dense. Normally I would give you a break now, but not today, sorry. Afterwards we have the possibility to talk and to discuss this. Maybe you remember my chart, and the last one is always a fun one. So what my favorite fun thing in brainstorming methodologies is, of course, and I bring you all to me, the reverse brainstorming. So yeah, now the boy did not lift up with its toys, but he falls down, so that's not bad. The thing about the reverse brainstorming is that I think that's in human nature, that we really like to destroy more, that we like to build up, and sometimes it's easier to have the idea how something won't be happening or won't really be a success than the opposite. And what we are just doing afterwards is to do the reverse of the answers. And that's the trick here. So I hope this is clear. Maybe one of you or more than one did this before, a reverse brainstorming, negative brainstorming. So I changed the question now. What would really make you hate a video conferencing tool? So just unfollow me. Please go to your spot where you like to write. Zoom in so that you can see your stickies and comfortably write in. The question is clear? What would really make you hate a video conferencing tool? And again, you have 4 minutes.
O amor falou que não vai mais voltar. Deixa pra lá. Se você ficou em último lugar. Deixa pra lá. Se tudo começou na hora de acabar. Deixa pra lá. Se você não passou nesse vestibular. Deixa pra lá. Deixa que essa vida um dia muda. Você tem que se assumir. E se o próprio amigo você deve resistir se já não tem viola pra lhe acompanhar. Deixa pra lá. Se nesse ano a escola não vai desfilar. Deixa pra lá. Se você pediu tanto e ninguém quis lhe dar. Deixa pra lá. Se também fez um canto pra ninguém gostar. Deixa pra lá. Deixa que essa fase é passageira. Amanhã será melhor. Você vai ver que a cidade inteira seu samba sabe de cor. Se você quer sereste, já não tem luar. Se você foi à festa e não pôde dançar. Se a companheira já não quer lhe dar aquele amor antigo que só faz vibrar. Deixa pra lá.
What would really make you hate a video conferencing tool? 2 minutes to go.
Não pôde falar. Se faltou com a plateia e ninguém quis ligar. Se você foi à feira e não pôde comprar. Porque o dinheiro é pouco pra poder gastar. Deixa que essa vida um dia muda. Você tem que se assumir. E se o próprio amigo o acusa, você deve resistir. Se você quer sereste, já não tem luar. Se você foi à festa e não pôde dançar. Se a sua companheira não fez seu jantar. Porque foi pra Portela saracotear. Deixa, não perturbe a sua vida. Carnaval já vem aí. É brincar com o povo na avenida, descobrindo que não vive. amor falou que não vai mais voltar. Eu já vou parar de cantar, porque já é hora de acabar. Deixa pra lá.
Okay, people, I'm turning out this digital sticky. Last seconds. When I see all the comments in the chat section, I would say the music is the killing feature for a video conferencing tool. I just read a sticky that said, I would hate it if it would feel like work. That's amazing. That's an amazing idea. That's really something maybe Butter should think about. This is really philosophic. Why not? At 9:44 my time. Very good. So thank you a lot. I know this was really tight and fast, but that's it. And we did a 30 minutes brainstorming, and on the second 30 minutes we invested in this, and I think we generated a lot of ideas that we can together with the Butter team then cluster and work on with. So, but the main task of today was to reflect, was this good? Was this methodology? Was this building up three methodologies right after the other good? How do you feel about it? What did it with you? Was it better? Was it not so good? Just tell me. And I'm going to bring you to the next and last working field, the feedback section. So you can now write some stickies and just tell me what was good, do we need to improve, your questions, so that we can sort them a bit, and ideas in this portfolio here. You can just zoom in and write. And of course, Anna Maria will let you bring in your questions also in when you want to just tell us with a cue. And your comments. I'm really keen to hear comments about this.
Should we maybe take a couple of minutes first to add the stickies and then come back to the questions, right?
Absolutely.
Ser alegre que ser triste, alegria é a melhor coisa que existe, é assim como a luz no coração. Mas para fazer um samba com beleza é preciso um bocado de tristeza, preciso um bocado de tristeza, senão não se faz um samba não. Senão é como amar uma mulher só linda. E daí? Uma mulher tem que ter qualquer coisa além da beleza, qualquer coisa de triste, qualquer coisa que chora, qualquer coisa que sente saudade, molejo de amor machucado, uma beleza que vem da tristeza de se saber mulher, feita apenas para amar, para sofrer pelo seu amor e para ser só perdão. Fazer samba não é contar.
I know we're all enjoying the music here, especially Katarina, if she's still here, as a Portuguese. There are some questions already popping. Feel free to continue to add your questions and your thoughts, wishes, ideas on the board. But I'm going to surface the questions and give Markus the opportunity to answer them. And the first one that I'm going to go is to one of Theo's questions in the chat. I surfaced this at the beginning of the session. Right when you were talking about the invitation to brainstorm and how important is that framing of what we invite people to do and how different words might lead to different results and so on. And Theo's question was, isn't this putting people too early into a solution space instead of the problem space? I think it's interesting to start from the issue to solve instead. And then she also adds, the specificity point still applies for a solution-based question, so maybe this was just to make the point. But I was curious. That's okay, Theo. We're all curious, and I'm also curious to hear Markus' thoughts on this.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great question. So I wrote it at the beginning, and you also mentioned it, that design thinking is a big thing for me, which I'm working a lot with. And you're absolutely right. You shouldn't mix the problem space and the solution space. So for me, brainstorming is for the solution space. Of course, you have to do, I don't know, customer journeys, personas, other things to stick with the target group and with the people who are affected by your solution. And when you go into ideation, then you start with the brainstorming. So this is, for me, clearly part of the solution phases and not often the problem spaces. Yeah.
All right, Theo, I'm not sure if you're still with us, but give us a wiggle of the finger, a thumbs up if this answers your questions, or feel free to unmute to ask follow-up questions. Then, thank you so much, Markus. We have a couple of post-its on the board as well. So how do you give the people contributing a good feeling about what ideas get pursued? I assume these are the ideas that we decide to put into practice, probably. If not, feel free to, again, unmute and clarify.
I would really stick to what I said at the beginning of the session. As a moderator, you can't say this idea is better than the other idea. Every idea is good, and you never, I don't know, you never delete. I never delete a virtual sticky, and I never take as a moderator a sticky from the flip chart and said, okay, we decided this is that we are not focusing on this. Okay, so because I know what this does with the heart of the one who had this idea, and in the next session he won't be as open as he was in this session. So every idea has the same value. And what we do in the next step is clustering, and then we are going to another level, because we are not talking about single ideas anymore. We are talking about clusters of ideas. And then you have a group of people who had several ideas together in one cluster, and then you can talk on the clusters and you can vote on the clusters. And you're not on the level of the idea anymore. But as a moderator, I would never say this idea is not as good as the other one, because it's nonsense.
I love that, because the moment you're clustering, you're detaching it from one person, right? And you're kind of identifying the patterns, and then by analyzing the patterns, you detached it from any type of personal feeling that someone might have towards that idea. Love it. So how would you choose the idea in the next step to follow along the way? I think you already hinted the clustering, and then you probably talked about voting. Any preferred voting sessions or kind of narrowing it down? Anything that you kind of, it's your go-to way? Is it dot voting? Is it any type of other voting, or giving numbers sometimes to ideas? I know that a lot of facilitators are doing that, and then they kind of like gather those points.
I don't like to do it so complicated, so I really simple is king, so just dot voting. But what I always have is a wild card. So because sometimes you see that there is an idea, and when it comes to voting, the people go from creativity to seriosity, because now it's decision time, you have to be serious, and then you give your votes on what you think this has the best chances to win, or the best chances on the market, I don't know. But as a moderator, often you see that people think, oh, this was a groundbreaking idea, this was so fun, damn, that it didn't come in the next round. And if you see this this mood in the room or in the virtual room, because when you always this always is a discussion, as a moderator, you can say, okay, I have a wild card. Do we want to give this wild card to this idea because we all love it? And then the people can say yes or no.
Awesome. I never saw that happening. It's the first time that I hear about this, so I really love the idea. Thank you for sharing. How do we make people excited about brainstorming sessions if they're not? I think it kind of got a bit of a bad reputation around the block, and people are kind of starting to roll their eyes and say, oh, brainstorming again. How do we get that excitement in the room and bring a smile on their face?
Yeah, what I would do are several things. The first one is the icebreaker, and there are a lot of icebreakers. There are hundreds of icebreakers, and if you look at the Miro, there's this the templates for icebreakers. There are a lot of icebreakers, and I think to bring more fun into these sessions means a variety of tools. So maybe you saw this monster icebreaker. I know people who don't like these because they think it's too silly. Then you put something else. Of course, it had to stick with the group also. But there are hundreds of icebreakers that you can use. And it's really, for me, it's crucial that you bring people out of their daily work into this creativity space. And that's believe me, it's harder online than in physical meetings, because in physical meetings, you are in a different room and you can, I don't know, bring coffee and have a coffee talk and something else. But online, you just come from another Zoom conference where you, I don't know, discussed figures and business figures, and I don't know, and then someone wants you to be creative. That's not easy. So you always have to be to invest. It's really investment, because you have 1 hour for this brainstorming session and you have to invest 10 minutes for a breaker, but it's good invested time. And I really would have a variety of icebreakers and of course of brainstorming methodologies. So Crazy 8 is something that you can do. I don't know if someone of you knows it. Just look it up. Crazy 8 is a big, good tool for quick brainstorming that brings in a lot of fun. So maybe you just try another methodology.
We also use, we've learned it from Monica, one of our community members, something called pointstorming. So you're making connections between different points, brainstorming with images as well, like using Dixit cards to kick that off, maybe as a hot start or as an icebreaker. And just maybe something to add there. I think that's very this kickoff or that invitation is really important. And I would also add, be mindful of what is happening with the ideas afterwards. Are they being brought to life? Are they useful? Because I think that the silent killer of brainstormings in general is the fact that people feel that they put in a lot of energy into the session, but nothing happens with those ideas afterwards. Like, how often have we attended a brainstorming and afterwards, like, has this changed something? Like, or did we do this for nothing? And I guess that's one of the things that adds to that bad reputation, the actual follow-up and materializing of those ideas, which is the whole implementation phase. So is it possible to run a bota session for a bunch of new users with zero login workflow as part of UX? This is a very specific question. I would say yes. Zero login workflow. You just click on the link. The link opens into your browser, and then off you go. You don't have to have an account. You don't have to do anything. You're just like in the session. That's all. Anything else that I have to add, Jacob? Anything? No. Okay. Then how does one become an award-winning service designer, Markus? Tell us your secrets.
Thank you for the question. These awards are really given to agencies and consultancies like us who were told by clients and by colleagues that they are a specialist in some fields of consulting or and so this is how we get this. So you can't tell the award giving that you want to have it or to make a presentation or something. Is really something that comes from the market in a study.
It's literally people looking at you and saying, "These guys are awesome. Let me just give them an award." And they knock at you. They knock at your virtual door and they're like, "Markus, there we go. We want to award you something." But of course, this comes with a lot of great work with awesome clients and putting cool stuff out there. Awesome. We are at time, and I do want to collect a bit of a one-word takeaway from today's session. So on the left side of your screen, a poll has opened, and I'm very curious, if we were to land it into one thing, crystallize that into one word, the insights, the thoughts, something you're taking away, what would that be? And Markus is also doing this really cool QR code-y thing. Get out your phones and scan the QR to connect with him on LinkedIn. That's why he's getting awards, folks. That's why he's getting awards, because of this really cool ideas and tricks here. Okay. Add your word into the poll and click submit answer. So I see a lot of enlightening, creativity, variation, chaos, fun. Keep them coming. By the way, these are our new polls, word clouds that you can generate in your sessions. I want to take the opportunity to thank Markus for your time. Thank you for hosting us today, sharing a couple of things that you've learned that worked, tools, concrete, practical methods. And thanks everyone for joining, for playing along through the fun and chaos and collaboration and the creativity. And we'll see you on the next session, which starts in 15 minutes. And I don't have the link ready, but yay, I'll see you there.
It was a pleasure. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Oh, Yolene, yes. Markus, can we close the Miro board on your side? I don't know why I can't. Yes, there we go. So now we see the word cloud. That's it. This is how it looks like. Beautiful. Thank you, Markus. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
in the next session. This is awesome.
For having me. And see you
Thanks
later.
a lot.
Good
Thank
afternoon.
you. See you there. Bye.